What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another great episode of Cultured Unplugged, where we discuss everything you could think of, from traveling down to relationships and just helping you be a better you. So I want to first thank you for joining in. If you're new, go ahead and like and subscribe right down there. Hit that notification bell so you don't ever miss an episode that I decide to drop. And if you're welcoming back, if you've been with us for a while, you've been helping us keep on growing the channel. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. All the new subscribers, thank you. Thank you. Because today, I'm going to talk about South Africa. I want to really dive in a little bit more, give you my full review. I put some clips in the last video. I know it was kind of like a whole bunch of different clips together, but I thought, you know what, let's make a movie. Let's make it happen. But yes, so don't go anywhere. Let's get it unplugged. All right, so because you're here, you want to make sure you stay to the end. I want to reveal some fun activities that you can get into when you're in South Africa, especially Cape Town, that you can really enjoy. On my personal experience, this is just, there's a bunch of different reviews out there about Cape Town, but to me, this was something even more elaborate and special. So first of all, you're gonna need some South African money, okay? Beautiful money, 100, what do we call this here? So this is their rand. So this is the rand. So 100 rand. You're gonna need some South African money, okay? I did not get it from my bank. I actually got it when I was at the airport and just got it. Luckily, they had the money for the exchange for rand. So I got, you know, basically $300 worth of rand. I left out of Dulles in DC. And I'm gonna say this, like, Cape Town is an experience. South Africa is an experience. I went to Cape Town. I didn't go to any other parts of South Africa except Boulders Beach, but we'll get into that in a few minutes. But biggest takeaways is Cape Town is a beautiful place, almost something out of a movie. It's just elaborate, beautiful, scenic views. You have impeccable, like, crisp mountains. You've got the layout of Cape Town. I spent, you know, all of my time really in, like, the tourist area because I really wanted to see what it was like and experience and explore that. So I remember coming. I got an Airbnb. Okay, I could have gone the hotel route, but, you know, I wanted to kind of feel like what it might feel like just being in the city and just being in, like, a condo type of setup, and that was good for me. So I got to the condo. I just remember, you know, loving the views, like, loving everything, like, you know, all the services, all the, like, amenities was great, accommodations. And I kind of had a general plan for the week for the most part. I spent, you know, really a large part of my time kind of trying to get out. Like, the first day was, like, rainy, so couldn't do anything. But one of the things that stuck out for me is that Cape Town, like downtown Cape Town, like, a lot of the people that come in there that are Black are coming from the lower poverty line or lower income areas, and they work in an area or they party out there, but they don't live out there. You know what I mean? Like, a large part of them. So it really is related to a lot of the same things that happen even in America. You know, you had gentrification and people, you know, literally can't afford to live out there. So there's a whole history with that. And so I just felt for that, you know what I mean? Because the average, like, penthouse, I won't say condo or apartment, like in Cape Town, might cost you something like up to $1,500, something like that, in that range. But in America, you know, and it's a nice, like, really, really nice amenities. Like, this is even referencing the condo I was in. You know, my place, I pay about $1,500. It's nothing nice as like that. Like, that's a whole other type of nice. But so, like, they can't afford that though. Like, that's not the amount that they can afford and pay for to manage rent. So it's a different kind of mindset out there. But biggest takeaways, y'all, you gotta get your South African rand. So you get your South African rand, and at that point you're good to go. But don't make this mistake. I made the mistake once I got to the airport and I was getting ready to leave. I took the taxi. Like I didn't take like an Uber, which I should have done. But I actually remember just taking a regular old taxi, and I made that. I felt so bad. Like, why did I make this stupid decision? Like, this was horrible because they charged me about 800 rand, which it's something like $60, something like that, $65. I mean, it was just way overpriced from the airport to where I was staying. It just, no. So don't do what I did. Make sure you just get an Uber from the airport. You're going to see this beautiful sign that says, "Welcome to the Mother City." I think that was like the biggest part, first takeaway for me. And it wasn't bad. Like I said, the rain just kind of came, and it just, like that first day. The next day, it was a Saturday. I mean, it was like wet and rainy that first part of the morning, but after that, like everything kind of opened up. And so they had, I went to the waterfront area. So I went to the waterfront area and saw, you know, it was just different. You could tell you're in a different place, right? Like you have all these people that look different, their own styles, South African styles. You had, you know, white people, black people, Indian people, people that different parts of the country or of Cape Town or South Africa that just were there. And so different vibes, and you just kind of seeing their own style, their own swag. But I like that. So big activities that I did for the week, keep it real simple. I did the safari tour. So the two-day safari tour, I highly recommend it. I think that the tour I got through this company called Get Your Guide, and then it's managed through a company, larger company, another company called Viator. So you can find like your activities for tours. But I did the 2-day. A part of this 2-day was an elephant sanctuary area that I had to pay separately. It was like 600 rand. So I went ahead and did that. Like that was an amazing experience because you're actually up close with the elephants. The elephants' trunks get slapped onto your chest. They are extremely heavy. They have a lot of personality. They are huge, but it was an exciting thing to see like in person. Like these are elephants, y'all. So cool. All right. So did the elephant tour. I thought that was dope. There was some parts of the tour itself for the regular conservation area where you're supposed to see all these animals. We just didn't. I guess that first place I went to was called Bottler Corp or Bush, something like that. It was the first part, but it's all included in the package. You go to 2 different safaris, 2 different days. The first one, I just remember it was the elephants were there, and then the rest of the tour was like you're riding in this Jeep. It's large, it's basically this large Jeep. It's really bouncy and, you know, that kind of thing like that. Very rough on the road. You're gonna feel it all. It was just fun for the aspect of seeing the views, the scenic views of the nature and like miles and miles of land, mountain area. It looked like Pride Lands. It was just an experience to see. I'd say for that experience, is well worth it. Second day, it got real rainy, real grainy, but you can't help that. That's nature. But I remember it did seeing like a rhino and seeing ostrich, plenty of ostriches. I guess I want to say it like that. That's the right way. There's a whole lot of them. So that was cool. The whole African safari tour was cool. Let's get to the nightlife. So the nightlife is pretty fun. It's very fun, actually. People kind of do it a little differently over there. Like they go out to like the mall and then they get ready kind of pregame and then they go out to like this club spot or whatever. I didn't do heavy club. There was a place that was actually next to my Airbnb that I went to called Amber Lounge. So I went to the Amber Lounge. They had like the Ampiano music, like stuff was lit like Saturday night. Everything else, like between time from Sunday to Thursday, no, I say Sunday to Wednesday, nothing's really happening like that. Not a lot of people are out. As a matter of fact, when you look outside in general, it's going to look really, really scarce and blank. And that's because everybody's really going back to their home neighborhoods where they live. You know what I mean? So it seems almost deserted at one point. But if it's like a Thursday night through Sunday, it's like lit, like after hours. On the weekends, people are definitely actively out and hanging out. There's Long Street, which is like a really, really nice area. It leads up into the Boat Cap area. So Boat Cap, really, really quick, beautiful, colorful homes that you can just kind of spend the day hanging out. It's like little vendors, little restaurants nearby. Highly recommended to come and see. But Long Street is kind of like what I guess Flatbush is to Brooklyn, what Long Street could be compared to like any major vendor shopping area. That's not like bougie with it though. It's just like the locals will shop there and get clothes and different stuff for the house, or like that kind of thing. And they service the vendors. They definitely have like a lot of those smaller time vendors that are selling like all kinds of animal taxidermy type of stuff. Like, you can get like a stuffed, cheetah head or, lion head or something like that, or a zebra head. They get all kind of like things like that. And I think all that is cool. Its own thing. If you're into that kind of stuff, they've got plenty of that. They've got wonderful what was it like I really enjoy? Oh, I had bought like something like this, like some little jewelry or whatever, kind of not necessarily jewelry, but bracelets and beads and stuff like that. If you want to get something that you could take back home, I highly just go to Long Street. You'll find everything you need. I spent a little bit of time at the waterfront. The waterfront was, like I said, I mentioned earlier, it was nice. I went back, I think, for a second time just to kind of check it out. It was really nice. And it was cool. It was just like its own vibe. It had, basically a shopping mall area. So shopping mall, great restaurants. Went to this cafe bar, first time I went, called Mug and Bean. And they had like amazing like mocha coffee, chocolate cappuccino, all that stuff. Definitely recommend there. I also took time. A big highlight for me was going on a wine tour. So the wine tour was excellent. They've had like basically this concept where they would have to pick you up, by bus. You meet at a stopping point essentially, and they pick you up from that bus stop. You're on this, double-decker bus. They take you all the way out. I think it's like 2 hours from downtown Cape Town. So you're going all the way out. You're going on the wine tram, right? So you're on this train type of thing, and it's like 5 different wineries. At each stop, you get off, you get wine, you can get something to eat as well. Prayerfully, it's beautiful outside, because that day that I went, it was just beautiful. Like the weather was wonderful, and it was just nice. So I think I did it. I went with a friend of mine. It was about 2 days at the time. Like, I'm sorry, 2 or 3 stops. And then I was like, all right, let's go to the mall. So into this beautiful mall called Century Mall. And so Century Mall is like prime outlet, prime mall, a lot more offerings as far as shopping goes. If you want to be at the mall, it's always cool. For me, I like going to see where the locals shop when I go travel. When I go to a new country, I like to see where they hang out and stuff like that. So I could tell it was just like a really posh area. Everything looked really nice around the mall and inside the mall. So highly recommend Century Mall. I'm trying to break down every thought process of places I could share with you guys. You're gonna need this. So you're gonna need a converter for your outlets. So don't wait to get to the country to realize you need one, and then you gotta go to the store and buy one. So I had to buy this while I was in Cape Town. My best suggestion, like I said, is go ahead and just get you a converter from Amazon ahead of time. Don't even, you know, have any issue. I could probably leave a link so you can go ahead and buy one directly as I'm mentioning this. So yeah, you want to make sure you have that. Getting around, Uber's super cheap. Other than me spending all that money just to get from the airport, that was my fault. But generally, transportation around the city, around the area is super, super cheap. You're not going to spend no more than maybe less than 100 Rand, 200 Rand, you know, like 20, 30 bucks. The food, I thought that they have this thing called braai, which is like a barbecue chicken, amazing. Seafood, amazing. There's tons of places you can go to by the waterfront park area, and you can have an awesome amount of choices that you're gonna pay less than you can imagine for food. So highly, highly affordable. Big takeaways also is Camp Bay, which is like the beach area. It reminds me of like a Santa Monica in Africa. Like in LA, right? Like you don't get into water because the water's too cold. Their water's extremely cold, so don't expect to go into water there at the beach. But it's a fantastic beachy town area that's kind of upscale in a way as well. Their bars are amazing. The drinks were great. I took the drone out because I wanted to kind of take some aerial views. I took some aerial views that you've probably seen early in this video. I wanted to have that. I wanted to check that out, so I hope that you enjoyed that. But super, super area, like really nice area. And I was like, man, like, this is such a dope scene. Like seeing the mountains in the background. It was really exciting, like very much so. I remember going back out to the area the last day and went out to this really, really nice restaurant out there. I'll leave the name of it. I can't think of it, life of me in my head right now, but the food there was just fantastic. Like the quality, the views, I highly recommend going there. Just even getting a reservation, just getting it out the way. But you're gonna get more of a like classy experience, luxurious experience. Fantastic. If I had to rate, to me, after reviewing the museums, I went to one museum, after reviewing the museum, reviewing, just walking around and getting an idea of everything, it's a place I'd have to come back to. Now, the biggest part, I wanted to wait till the end. If you waited to the end of the video to give you this, drop this knowledge to you, I wanted to just share. People are super friendly, like really nice. Generally, to me, who are from Cape Town, South Africa, they're willing to talk about their culture. The women are approachable, which is important to me, and attentive and loving. Trust me, I know. You'll want to definitely get connected and experience someone for yourself. Go to Long Street, go to the clubs. Believe it or not, they hang out there. And piano music is lit, so you get into it. It's a really fun music that I love. It's like next to Afrobeats. I thought it was like basically house music versus African, like house music and African music in one. And to me, in my opinion, like Afrobeats and house music. So that was like a lit vibe for me. But the whole vibe, the whole energy, everything about it, Cape Town was lit. It's someplace, it's great for the family. If you know you want to take a family out there to see the animals, it's a great place if you want to take your lady and y'all want to both explore culture, explore Africa for the first time. I'd make Cape Town my first time. If I had to do it all over again, I'd do it again just like that same way. I wouldn't have changed anything. I'd say that just being, as far as on cost wise, the biggest expense, just like if you're going to like Thailand, would be the airfare. Airfare, I think, was something like around $1,500-$1,600. And so that included like my bags, seats, all that stuff. So that was like a hefty cost. Overall, in the week, I think I spent maybe less than $800 as far as generally for everything, including activities. It wasn't so bad. Oh, what you also want to do is take advantage of doing a cooking class. I didn't do it. I didn't do the Robin Island either. For me, I feel like people can probably look at me sideways when I say this, but when you kind of have a general idea what to expect as far as a certain type of tour or activity, you don't necessarily have to go there in person to know that's what you need to feel. You kind of already like got a good synopsis and understanding of what's to come to experience. So for me, that was like a low priority to go to Robben Island. Much respect to Nelson Mandela though, and his history. I just didn't need to go there to see it. I felt like I've been to those type of attractions before, with all due respect, that I was cool with not having to go. The safari tour was big for me, going on the mountain in Signal Hill and taking epic views of between Camps Bay and overlooking other parts of Cape Town. That was huge. I did that also with a photographer who took some amazing photos of me. I highly recommend going to see this guy. I'll have to leave his link as well. The guy took amazing views. I mean, the pictures came out as like wonderful. Everything about it was a great time. You'll want to do that. I didn't do Table Mountain. Table Mountain was too crazy. I went on top of it, except I went all the way to as high as I could go without going to take the cable car all the way up. And the reason why, the lines can be super, super long. You got to choose by a by chance day or morning super early and get there and be one of the few first to get up there. That's how you're gonna have to do it, because what I'm being told, that it was an experience. So I have to go back and experience that. I plan to, but for me, again, overall, I have to rate it 10/10 all around. If you're a black man going out there, you're gonna have the time of your life. I promise you. If you're a single whoever man, you're gonna have a great time. I promise you. If you're someone who's, married with your spouse, congratulations. You'll want to go to Cape Town, South Africa. I had an amazing time. My next stops are going to be definitely going back to Africa. I'm going to Thailand in January timeframe. So at some point, January or maybe a little later, but more to come on that at some point. More trips to come. So definitely hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't take too much of your time or bored you. I wanted to make sure that you gotten everything I could, because I felt like I was missing something with this whole Cape Town, South Africa trip. So anyhow, I hope for the best. Definitely follow me on my Instagram at coveredculture_. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Keep the channel growing. I really appreciate all my new followers and existing followers for sticking with me through all the time breaks in between videos and such. I really appreciate that. And then stay tuned for the next video. As always, let's get it unplugged. Is our God. You silly, you know. Oh, great. This is gorgeous right here. Oh, I would love, come here. Not a picture, really. I mean, wow.
Guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good. You mind some water or someone for the table?
Lemon butter. This looks good. There's lemon butter and
Can we have a side of the lemon butter too? Oh my god, that fast looks great.
the what?
We have a side of the lemon butter.
You want more?
Yeah.
There's not many places I would say it's indescribable, but here might be it. Cape Town, South Africa might be my newfound favorite. And I'm so happy I was able to get to see this type of experience on my last day. I do a little picture real quick. Unbelievable. You gotta come to the bungalow, grab you some lunch, dinner, brunch. This would be the spot to come to for this, especially whether it's the beginning of your trip or the end of your trip. Make no mistakes about it. The food, the quality, the vibe, aesthetics, it is up to par. It will not fail you. The scenery itself will not fail you. I'm signing off, yo. I'm going back to America, but I'm going back. Wish I had a little more time. It was just that lit. But as always, signing off. Let's get it unplugged.